Right. Well, that same year in 2015, Young Thug and Lil Wayne were kind of going at it a little bit, and then the shooting happened on the tour bus. On Lil Wayne's tour bus, Lil Wayne was a victim in that particular situation, even though he himself wasn't shot. But ultimately, the person who did the shooting was a guy named Jimmy Winfrey, who is a YSL member.
Who has also been punished for this crime, I might add. Like, he did time for it already.
How much time did he get?
I don't recall. I think he may actually still be in prison. I have to check. It's interesting that there are more than one elements of this case where people are already in prison for the crimes that are associated with the indictment. What they're saying is, okay, you did this crime, here's the punishment for that crime, but that crime was also in furtherance of a gang, and so there's potentially an extra 5 to 15 years that we're going to tack onto that sentence now. Like, get ready.
Okay. So then, you go through the indictment. There was some stuff in 2016 about various lyrics and so forth. I mean, they're basically they're going through a fine tooth and comb through every Young Thug song, and anything that sounds gang related, they're pretty much throwing everything in. It's almost like the kitchen sink is just being thrown into this indictment.
Some of it, like I think they've picked a few things that they knew that the grand jury would go, okay, we'll buy that. I actually think there are more things that have more probative value that in other lyrics than the ones that they put in there. And I think some of the stuff that they've put in there around lyrics is trash as far as evidence is concerned. It's probably going to get thrown out. There's going to be a huge argument, perhaps a precedent-setting argument over what is and is not admissible in court over this sort of thing. For example, there is one song that Thug does where he talks about he's name-checking the various gangs he's belonged to. And he starts with YTC, then goes to ROB, that's Raised on Bleveland, not Cleveland. Folks in Cleveland Avenue here call it Bleveland because the B and the C for Bloods and Crips. Raised on Bleveland, then Sex, Money, Murder, or SMM, then YSL. Like, he's sort of showing the timeline himself in a line of lyrics. And now that alone, there's nothing illegal about referencing gang stuff in a song on its own. But in the context of a wiretap where you're talking to a gang leader from, Sex, Money, Murder, and then you've got a song that's name-checking Sex, Money, Murder, the two complement each other. Like, the song itself, not illegal. The conversation might not be illegal, but those two things plus other evidence add up to this thing that you might get convicted for.